Welcome to Puvanur Iyer Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur Iyer Academy of Music and Mathematics. Last three classes, we saw three different sequences in Rupaka Thalam, Tisra Eka Thalam. The three sequences were Dhimi Dhimi Thaka, Dhimi Dhimi Thaka, Thaka Dhimi Tata, Dhimi Thaka, Dhimi Tata, Dhimi Kedata, 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 Ta Dhimi Taka, Ta Dhim, Taka, Ta Dhim, Tankataka, Ta Dhimi Taka, Ta Dhim, Taka, Ta Dhim, Tankataka. We are going to do the review of all the three sequences just to ensure that you have understood it right. So I'll begin the class with Thirukkural. பிறர்க்கு நல்ல பயனை தந்து நல்ல பண்பிலிருந்து ஒரு சிறிதும் விலகாத சொற்கள் சொல்பவனுக்கு இன்பமும் தந்து நன்மையும் பயக்கும். A person talking very sweetly, which is making a very good effect on the other person, which is following the part of the wisdom, will always do good for the person. That's what the rule verse says about this Thirukkural. So with this good thought, we should always talk good. That should have a good effect on the other person, and which will also give good blessings from the Almighty, and that's what the ruler says. With this good note, we will get into the class. So I'm going to express first all the three sequences to do a review, and then we will get into the next sequence, a set of sequences. So we saw Dhimi Dhimi Thaka, 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 Tagudigu Tagudigu Tagudigu. Important review notes here is, what we did was Thaka Dhimi Dhimi Thaka is Adi Thalam. We added Dhimi Dhimi before to make it a 3-beat cycle. That's one thing you have to learn. Then the open close logic. The first one is open and then open close. The second line is all closed. When I say close, you're playing the combined syllable. Third is close open, and the last one is dhimi dhimi takka ketataka 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 takka tagudigu tagudigu tagudigu. Whatever is appropriate 2-beat phrase you can play. This is the rule of the thumb. Then the next phrase what we saw, tagudigu, dhimi dhimi tagudigu 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 tagudigu. You have to play as a sequence, then reduce that into a two-lined paragraph, and then reduce it and then finish it. The last phrase what we saw is tagudigu taka tagudigu taka tagudigu. That is the one which we have to reduce. Normally it's a grandeur where you finish the sequence with that particular phrase. Let me express that so that, and also play, you will understand how you have to do it for each of these lessons. Okay? Dhimi dhimi taka, 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 dhimi dhimi tagudigu taka, tagudigu taka, tagudigu dhimi dhimi taka, 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 dhimi dhimi tagudigu taka, tagudigu taka, tagudigu. This is 2 paragraphs. You said twice and you have to play twice. Then you have to reduce. Dhimi dhimi taka, dhimi dhimi taka, dhimi dhimi tagudigu taka, tagudigu taka, tagudigu. That's the first line and the fourth line. Dhimi dhimi taka, dhimi dhimi taka, dhimi dhimi tagudigu taka, tagudigu taka, tagudigu. That is the third line and the fourth line. And then a grand finish. Tagudigu taka, tagudigu taka, tagudigu 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 thom, tagudigu tagudigu thom, tagudigu tagudigu thom. This is the format, the way you have to play a lesson. So you can use your creativity, you can use any 2-beat phrases and try to play these lessons as many number of times as possible. There are so many combinations of 2-beat phrases you have. So you can use any of these and you can play. I've demonstrated only for this, and you have to repeat for multiple phrases to get a hang of this sequence. Like that you have to play. Okay? Hope you have understood the format, the positions, the logic behind it, how we adapted from Adi Thalam to Rupaka Thalam by adding Dhimi Dhimi. So that's the review for all of you. Let's get into the next class. Next class what we saw, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. Katata, 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 katata. What did we do? In Adi Thalam it was an 8-beat. We had 3 times Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi repeated, and then we played the phrase. Here we are just delinking one line, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. It makes it a 6-beat cycle. So let me compare between Adi Thalam and Rupaka Thalam now. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. That is Adi Thalam. You remove one Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, that becomes Rupakam. From 8, you are subtracting 2, it comes to 6. 6 is a multiple of 3, so you can play in 3 beats. This is the logic. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. The first phrase. Second phrase, how you apply in the lesson. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. The third phrase, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. The fourth phrase, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. So now we have seen all the 4 phrases, the logic of how to reduce this and finish. Let me express that first, explain you, and then play. And that is how you have to play for all the sequences and all the phrases. Again, you can choose any of the phrase which is suitable to you, and you can apply a 2-beat phrase, and you can apply in this sequence. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi. 2 times you played this sequence. Now to reduce, in Adi Thalam you do it twice, because when you do twice, 4 into 2 is 8. Here you have to do 3 times to get a multiple of 3, which is 3 into 4 is 12. So then only, because 4 is not divisible by 3, 8 is not divisible by 3, 12 is divisible by 3. So since this 12 is divisible by 3, you have to repeat this 3 times. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Talangada Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi, Again, you have to note here the important point, you should give a contrast. The darker shade and the lighter shade makes it always beautiful. The expression, when you tell, you have to tell loud, you have to tell low. So when you are playing this reduction, you should not play the same format. You should have the ups and downs. Then only you get the beauty of it. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi Talangada Dhimi Tata Dhimi Talangada. You should know to express the phrase in your hand. That's an expression you should get in the instrument as well. As you go along, you will get that. But initially, you play the vanilla form. Thaka Dhimi Tata Dhimi Talangada Dhimi Tata Dhimi Talangada Just play that. I will teach you how to go about it once when you learn the left side intricacies. Then only you will get to know the ups and downs. Once when you reduce 3 times, then you have to finish with the Tirmanam. How did this mathematics arrive? 2 beats. 4 beats. 2 plus 4 is 6, which perfectly divisible by 3, and that's how you have to finish. There are n number of ways you can finish, but this is one of the way. So that's the traditional format, the most simple format. Once when you know the format, what you need to do, you use any number of phrases, whatever you have learned, apply this into the sequence, and then you can get to do any of these lessons in this format. The fourth sequence is Tadhimi Taka Tadhimi. Let's do a review of that. What did you learn last class? Typically in Adi Thalam, when you approach into the sequence, it's a beautiful sequence in the gamut of Mridangam playing. It's one of the wonderful sequences, intricately coined 5-3-3-5, 3-2-3, 2-3-3. Those are the phrases or the vowels which have been intertwined into this sequence. It's one of the wonderful sequence to me, the best in the percussion of Mridangam, in the percussion art. This is one of the greatest of sequences. So in Adi Thalam, when we have to approach into this, you should get into a dialogue form. I taught you. Taka dhimi tata dim, dhimi tata dim, dhimi tata dim, taka dhimi tata dim. The phrase actually infuses you to play the next one. Actually, it's a dialogue, question and answer. Okay. I have to get into that mode and taka dimmi tata dim, taka ta dim, tangada dega taka dimmi tata dim, taka ta dim, tangada dega ta dim, taka ta dim, taka ta dim, tangada dega ta dim, taka ta dim, taka ta dim, tangada dega. So in Adi Thalam, you played the first half once and then the second half ta dim, taka ta dim, taka ta dim, tangada dega. That's the second half. So it's 8. It fitted well. In Adi Thalam, when you have to do to Rupakam, you have to come to 12. So which means you have to repeat the first part twice. Taka dimmi tata dim, taka ta dim, tangada diga taka dimmi tata dim, taka ta dim, tangada diga taka dimmi tata dim, taka ta dimmi, tangada diga ta dim, taka ta dim, taka ta dim, tangada diga ta dim, taka ta dim, taka ta dim, tangada diga ta dim, tangada diga ta dim, tangada diga ta dim, gada diga. Takadimmi takata dim, takata dim, tangada taka takadimmi takata dim, takata dim, tangada taka takadimmi, tangada taka takadimmi, tangada taka takadim, gada taka. So these are the two different forms. And whenever tadimmi takata dimmi, takata dimmi, tangada taka tadimmi, takata dimmi, takata dimmi, tangada taka tadimmi, tangata dimmi, takata dimmi, tangada taka. When you are playing thrice, you can change tamkada taka to tharikada taka, to Tathalang, Thakatalang. So you get 4 different varieties out of this and try to play this sequence. That's what we saw even in Adi Thalam. Also we're going to see in the Rupaka Thalam. Only in Rupaka Thalam you are playing 3 times. That's the only difference. You have to understand that. Then tangada dim, tangada dim, tangada dim, dim, dim. That's the very beautiful phrase we saw in Adi Thalam. Here we repeat it 3 times. Again for Thankita substitute for Tharikita Thalang. You get different varieties. You need to play 2 times. The 3 paragraphs 2 times. I mean, when I say 2 times, when you have to play the 12 beats into twice. So it gives a good lilt. So the audience will nod their head when you play. So you should go and dwell for some time for the people to get that rhythm to sink in. You just cannot abruptly change your rhythm then and there. You have to be in that for some time. The train journey also, as you pass along on a bridge, the sound, you You have to enjoy that rhythm in it. The nature is so integrally integrated with rhythm. You should understand the rhythm of life. So like that, whenever you're doing your lessons, understand it, view it naturally, you will get it beautifully. Okay? And that's the important point I want to stress here. Then the last one, tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa ta dim, tongketa taka tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa ta dim, tongketa taka tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka tongketa taka tongketa ta dim, tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka tongketa tikketa taka tariketa taka dim, kita taka tariketa taka tongketa dim, kita taka tariketa taka tariketa taka tongketa taka tariketa taka tongketa taka tariketa taka dim. Like that you should finish. The finish is again 3 times you reduce, then the traditional tongketa dingeta taka tariketa taka 2 beats, and taka tariketa taka dim, taka tariketa taka dim, taka tariketa taka 4 beats. Beautifully you can finish. I'll only play certain important sequences here to get to know, as I've explained enough, we have dwelt enough in Adi Thalam, we have seen extensively in the last class how to do it, and then this is a review. With all these you should be able to assimilate well. Review those lessons again and again. You will nail it. Okay, good luck. I'm going to play few samples for you to go about it. So this is one of the samples I showed you. You can use any of the phrases. You can use any of these intricate phrases. Try again and again. Practice, get the format, and then get it right. You have to play a number of times, only then you'll get it. This is one of the beautiful sequences, most difficult I would say in the lessons of whatever in Adi Thalam or Rupakam or whatever, most intricate, practice well. I'll end this class with Thirukural and I'll see you in the next class with a new sequence, Dhimitha Dhimi Dinaka. There we will see how we can adapt from Adi Thalam to Rupaka Thalam. சிறுமையுள் நீங்கிய என்சொல் மறுமையும் இம்மையும் இன்பம் தரும் துன்பத்தை தரும் சிறுமையிலிருந்து நீங்கிய இனிய சொற்கள் மறுமையிலும் இம்மையிலும் சொல்பவனுக்கு இன்பத்தை தரும். One who can remove the difficulties of others by talking good, it will not only do good for him in the present and also in future it will do good for him. That's what the Lord says. You should always talk good. You should remove the other person's difficulties by talking good, and it should reflect good act and good things in others' life. That's what the Lord says. With this good thought, I'm ending this review classes in Rupaka Thalam of sequence 2, 3 and 4. We're going to go and deal with sequence 5 in Rupaka Thalam, Tishvara Eka Thalam, Dhimitha Dhimi Dinaka. Pranams Vishwanathan Puvanur, Iyer signing off.